What's up, you guys? It is Simone, aka Money Mo here, and it is the WNBA postseason, and we are here giving y'all all the coverage and the recaps and the previews. Okay, not gonna get into the rules because you guys should already know we're in the postseason. Let's just fast forward. We're getting straight to it. Okay, I just want to give a couple shout outs because there were a couple of all WNBA awards given. And let's give a shout out to the Rookie of the Year, Paige Beckers. That was a no brainer. No brainer.
She's a killer.
Yeah, no brainer. Like, we seen the talent from the beginning. Her game translated so smooth. And I can't wait to see what she does with Dallas because I like that group them last couple of games. Like, it gives me hope. I love a young, talented team, okay? They just gotta stay healthy. All right. Let's get into most improved player. I want to give a shout out to Veronica Burton, one of Big Ten's finest, straight out of Northwestern. I remember her from her Big Ten days when she used to play Sierra at Michigan, a hooper. She's had a couple of adversities throughout the league, and she's finally found a home at Golden State. I love to see it. Love to see it. Um, and it was well deserved. I feel like well deserved. Okay, y'all got to tap in with her, Veronica Burton. Google that. Look at them highlights. Okay. And I want to give a shout out to the coach of the year. I want to give a shout out to Natalie Nasaki. I apologize if I said your name wrong, but coach of the year took her inaugural team to the playoffs, and it's like it's. I feel like it's nothing new. She came from championship culture over at the Las Vegas Aces, brought it to the Bay Area. Like, I can't wait to see what Golden State does these next couple of seasons. I'm not gonna be surprised if they make the playoffs again next season. If there is a next season, right? Even if there is a next season, right? But the most interesting one was Defensive Player of the Year. Co-Defensive Player of the Year, Alanna Smith and Asia Wilson. I've seen a lot of people, Asia Wilson's man was like, what's co? And it's like, you know what? I'm not a huge fan of co awards, but me watching games, me seeing two of the ladies play, Alanna Smith deserves it too. Like, let's not just be green. Like, I feel like when people come talk basketball to me, like what Quincy Jones says, check that ego at the door. But with me, leave that bias at the door too. Because one thing we're not gonna do is just give somebody an award because they're this name. And honestly, I feel like Alanna Smith's defense has been consistent all season. She may not be as athletic and flashy as Asia Wilson, but she gets the job done and knows her scout. Block shots, keeps people in front. Asia Wilson, first half of the season was okay. The second half, she turned it up, right? So that's why I feel like they both deserve it because Alanna Smith has been consistent all season. Asia Wilson cranked it up that second half of the season to where like you couldn't miss it. Okay, and it's okay to get a co award. Like, let's not be dumb or let's not be green. Like, we don't have co-league champs and stuff like that. Like, it's been done before, but it's rare. Do I think co should be happening all the time? No, but this time we're gonna let it slide because it's well deserved. Okay. Anyways, let's get that out the way because I was tired of y'all giving me y'all think pieces about that. It's final. I already said my piece. But let's get into the semis, okay? I gave predictions on the quarterfinals.
Oh, one second. We also got one more word too, Simone.
What was it?
Connecticut Sun, Tina Charles earns Dawn Staley Community Leadership Award. I want to shout that out.
Yeah. Shout out to Tina Charles, the vet. Okay. And that award is special because that's a player that gives back to their community wherever they go. And I believe Tina Charles was drafted by the Connecticut Sun going into the league. And the fact that she was able to come back and make an impact off the court as well as on the court, like, that's well deserved. And I want them to start highlighting that award more, you know? And so we could tell these people what charities or organizations they collaborate with, and then we could also support those too. Like I feel like they need to highlight that more. But shout out to all those ladies that receive those awards. Right now it's a nail biter for MVP. But you guys know who I'm rocking with. I'm rocking with Alyssa Thomas. Okay. That's Miss Triple Double. The only two people that we seen to get triple doubles at that magnitude, at that rate, Magic Johnson. And then, like, if y'all know President NBA, the Joker. That's it. That's it. That's it. So that's where I stand. And I don't care how y'all come at me at the comments. Y'all need to argue with y'all Mimi. Because I said what I said. I said what I said. And let's get into the semifinal preview. Okay? Let's get into it. All right? So the next matchups we have, there will be Sunday, okay? And we will have the Indiana Fever versus the Las Vegas Aces. And we will have the Phoenix Mercury versus the Connecticut Sun. No, Connecticut what? Ooh, I'm looking at the wrong note. The Phoenix Mercury versus the Minnesota Lynx. Okay, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong notes, you guys. Excuse me. I'm just coming off a vacation. But I'm excited for these flicks. I think the series for us to watch will be Minnesota versus Phoenix.
I mean, I feel like Minnesota's must-watch TV, right? How do they get back to the championship?
Well, you know why? Because they've been consistent all season. They've been consistent all season, meaning like when Fee was healthy and when Fee was out. Like I feel like nothing really changed, and they've been at the top of the league for honestly 85% of the season. Once the Liberty lost those couple of games and they stayed on top, and there was one team that was like they just sat at that number one spot. I feel like though they're the team that other teams are hunting down. But I think
Amber
not
Alert.
Amber Alert. Okay. Let's put that up because my phone is doing too much right now.
Yeah.
But
I agree with you though. I think Minnesota, they kind of took over the league from the start, especially coming out with one of the hottest records, and they kind of really matriculated that to a top seed in the playoffs, and not only making it one round, getting to the second round. It's pretty big for them.
And I believe it's kind of like what we seen last year with like the Liberty. They kind of had they came in this season with a chip on their shoulder, right? Mm-hmm. Like they felt like they should have won last year, and they came into the season with that chip on their shoulder, and it's like they came in already fine-tuned, and everything looked good, and they were consistent from the beginning. And I think that's very important going in to this matchup because Minnesota is going to have a challenge with the Phoenix Mercury because they have not seen the Phoenix Mercury with that three-headed snake and as healthy as they are. And you want to know who's the leading scorer of that three-headed snake? Satu Sabali. She leads the way with her versatility. Alyssa Thomas facilitates. Kalia Copper gives you that finesse and that flash, that North Philly, that dog. And then they have Whitcomb that can shoot the lights out. They have a bunch of other shooters, and they play defense. I feel like if Phoenix wants to knock off the Minnesota Lynx, their defense has to be superb. They have to lock in on those defensive schemes, kind of like what they did with the Liberty tonight, right? They have to lock in. They have to know the scout, and they can't let Napheja Collier get off. They cannot let her get off. And I think for Minnesota to get to the finals, they have to understand that this season is kind of like, okay, we're the top dogs and we have to play like it. And we have to understand that everybody's going to come and give us their best. Meaning Fee has to be on point and be aggressive from the jump. Kayla McBride has to be aggressive and knock down shots. You need that scrappiness from the stud buds, right? you need Dejanay to play defense. That's why they brought her over there. So I think if everybody plays their part, they'll be good. But that's going to be a really good matchup. So the next one we have is the Indiana Fever versus the Las Vegas Aces. And I kind of wanted to bring up a point. Like, I saw this on Bleacher Report, the Bleacher Report women's sports page. Like, I don't like how they like addressing this matchup by saying like that these women have like beef, and they brought up like the matchup between Odyssey Sims and Dana Evans, the matchups between Aaliyah Boston and Asia Wilson, and it's kind of like, I don't think it's beef. They just compete, right? Like, I feel like when we cover women's sports and when we talk about women competing, like we gotta be cautious of our wording. Like, our wording can't be too crazy, because the majority of the league is predominantly Black. We got to learn how to use different words. We could say they were getting chippy, right? We can't say beef. Like, I don't like that. That's just me. Okay.
At least as far as beef goes, I think the only team that's like traveled with ongoing beef with different teams is actually the Indiana Fever. Probably the only team, honestly.
But that's what I'm saying. And it's like they had a clip of like Aerial Powers versus Jackie Young. Like I said, Dana Evans versus Odyssey Sims. Aaliyah Boston versus Asia Wilson. And it's not really beef. It's just they're competing. Because I feel like if it was men, they wouldn't be saying beef. Like, I just want them to be more sensitive with like those type of words. That's just my personal opinion. All right, I'm not the journalist, but I could give my opinion. But that series is going to be a really good one. Because let me tell you why. Kelsey Mitchell is that spark for the Indiana Fever. Like, I don't care if CC playing or not. Like, they're good. Like, I think people really counted them out once Clark got hurt. And shoot, I'm gonna count them out too. Like, they had like 5 season-ending injuries. It was one point at game 1 against the Dream, they had more players suited up than with jerseys on. But you know what? They're still finding a way to win. And like I said before, the key for the Fever to make it to the finals is for them to find Kelsey Mitchell. Get her going early. And when that ball is up, Aaliyah Boston has to be ready. And Lexi just got to do Lexi things, meaning like doing whatever she has to do to help her team win, getting on them loose balls, guarding that. I have a feeling she's gonna probably be guarding like Jackie Young, Jewel Lloyd, like those dynamic scoring guards. So she has to be up for that challenge. And I think Aaliyah Boston on defense, I feel like she knows Asia Wilson very well. And she just needs to really sit on that left side and be composed and not fall for Asia Wilson's up fake. But to look on the Las Vegas Aces side, like, Asia Wilson has worked on her footwork. Her footwork is amazing. It's like, it's beyond pro. It's like chef's kiss. Like, you could tell she's been in the gym working on the footwork, the feet matching the ball movements. Everything looks good. It looks polished. And I think for the Aces to get to the finals, they have to, like I said, I feel like they stop themselves. And a lot of times they stop themselves by starting slow. A lot of times when they start slow, they got to play catch up. It looks bad. And it's like they're too talented for that. You have Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Jewel Lloyd. Why are we starting slow? That's what I mean. Like, I think that's the only team right now in this league. They are the only ones stopping themselves. They're the only ones stopping themselves. But I think outside of that, the one thing I think they need to tweak just a tad is the rebounding. Because there were a couple games that I seen where, like, they missed out on certain opportunities and they almost lost to Seattle like that. Like with little plays, but the basketball gods was with them and they got here. So it's like now they can't look back at that and they have to just keep it going. but they're really the only ones stopping themselves. But it's gonna be some really good games on Sunday. I think folks need to check it out. And I need y'all to check it out because unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to because I'm gonna be at work. I hate that. I hate that for me. Flicks, you gotta check the games out. You gotta check the games out and let us know in the chat. You got to do that.
I feel like it's only one series to watch, and it's the Aces, baby.
Oh my You ready to stand to count? But no, it's because I feel like they're both gonna be good. I think if I was to give a preview of the finals, I can't do it.
If you had to pick two teams out of those four, who do you think would make it though? We gotta at least pick two. Let's pick two.
Ooh, y'all gonna hate me in the comments. Y'all gonna really hate me in the comments. The way the Phoenix Mercury played tonight, I could see Phoenix winning in 3. I see Phoenix winning in 3. We might have the Phoenix Mercury versus the Las Vegas Aces in the finals. And I think the Aces is winning in 3. Like, I don't think they're going to get 2. They're not going to get 2.
All right, let's shut off the stream. Shut off the stream right now.
They're not.
Shut off while we ahead, Aces.
No, let me tell you something. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you, Kelsey Mitchell is playing great basketball. Lexi Hull is playing great basketball. Like, just because they don't have Clark, everybody stepped up. Everybody stepped up. So I think like I said, for the Fever to beat the Aces, it has to be a team win. Like, I mean, they have to at least have 4 players in double figures. At least 4. At least 4. Kelsey Mitchell need to have 30 damn near every game. And it's doable because if you got to give her the high hand, she has to be running off screens. She has to be getting flares. Like, I'll be setting flat, a flat screen, some pick and roll action. Like, she has to get it going. Like, she leads that charge for that team. But I already called it. I got the Aces versus the Mercury in the finals. Both of them winning in 3. Yes, because I think this series is best of 5. So, yeah, they're going to win the 3. They might go 4. Actually, scratch that. They're gonna go 4. I feel like the Aces and the Fever gonna go on 4. And I think, honestly, the Lynx and the Mercury, they might go to 5. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They might go to 5. They're gonna go to 5. Yeah, that's what I got. Because just from watching the game 3s from yesterday and today, yeah, it's gonna be some good ones for the semis. I need y'all to stay tuned and really watch this. The games will be, I believe, on ESPN, and I believe the first game is at noon, and that will be the Las Vegas Aces versus the Indiana Fever, and the second game will be at 2:00, and that will be the Phoenix Mercury versus the Minnesota Lynx. I need y'all to tap into that, watch that, and in the comments, please let us know how you feel about the co-defensive player of the year, and please let us know who y'all think is going to win MVP this year. Y'all already know I got Alyssa Thomas. I need to see what y'all feeling in the comments, okay? Flicks, who you got for MVP? I'm being messy.
Boy, now you said Alyssa Thomas for MVP?
I've been saying that. Come on. I've been saying that for the past 3 weeks.
Shut the stream off.
I've been saying that for the past 3 weeks. I don't know why we acted brand new.
All right, we out of here, y'all. Go ahead, say goodbye.
All right, y'all heard him, but like I said, I already know what I'm sticking to. All I know is when they announce it and they announce Alyssa Thomas, I'm just gonna come here and say I told y'all so. But I want y'all to just tune in to Sunday, watch the games, and follow along. It's gonna be some really good basketball. We have a couple of weeks left. Okay, the finals will start, I believe, October 3rd. So we got to stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And also follow us on Instagram to look at some clips in our lives. See y'all next time.